This is in response to a video I watched by Jasmine. It's really great to see her, actually, because I've not heard her speak. I've heard her speak through her flute, but I've not heard her voice, so it was quite nice and charming to hear her. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents worth. I need to apologise about the quality of my voice and my breathing. I'm asthmatic and I've been really, really ill with it this week, and I'm recovering, thankfully. So the first thing that I feel like I need to say is that I'm a student, a returning student, no less, and I'm not young. So the likelihood of myself performing to large numbers is small. However, I do get nervous. And I can actually relate to being nervous about having lessons because I had such a long break. I found a teacher, and the first lesson that I went there, I was needing the toilet. My heart was pounding. I couldn't breathe very well. And what I did was I owned it, and I said to my teacher, I said, "Hi, oh my gosh, I'm really, really nervous." And she said, "Oh, don't be." But obviously, if you're nervous, you're nervous. So I said, "I just feel really nervous." So we talked for a while, and eventually I played something. And of course, my nerves meant that I couldn't play how I play at home. But over time, I'm feeling more and more at ease with having my lessons. I'm interested to know how I would be if I had a masterclass with somebody else, if those nerves would return, or if I might actually be in control of them. So I agree with everything that Jasmine said in terms of her suggestions, but I thought I'd put a few of my own thoughts in as well as a response. My background is as an actor, so I trained professionally. I'm not well known, and like the majority of actors, we train and we do our best to get work, and I do work, but mainly in the realm of audiobooks now. But when I was doing like theatre or screen work, and even when I was at drama school, even auditioning to drama school, nerves was a real problem for me. And I overcame it by accepting them. So I tell myself it's all right to be nervous. The fact that it was out of control, that was the issue, not that I had nerves. For me, I find that if I play without the nerves, the risk is I'm going to do terribly, I'm going to really mess this up, and everyone's going to hate me and I'll never work again. So that's the kind of nerves, that's the root of it. So I say to myself, it's all right to feel like that. It's just I really care about this, so I want to do well. It's not my responsibility to think about what somebody else thinks about me. I need to be prepared. I need to know my character. I need to be my character. I need to emotionally connect to the work that I'm doing. And then I need to share it, because that's what performing is about. I'm sharing the work, sharing my joy of the work that I've done. I find that in the absence of nerves, I give a flat performance. I'm not connected. I'm not responding to that slight element of risk that I need. It might be different for you because we're all different. But personally, I need a little bit of that to fuel my performance, that level of excitement. So before I perform theatre or screen or even my audiobooks, I center myself, and I do that by deep breathing. I might just be a bit physical beforehand. I might do a bit of skipping or do hula hooping and get my cardiovascular breathing engaged, and then I just settle down. I focus on my performance, focus on my character, and then I hear my cue, and then I know that I've done the work. I know that I've rehearsed, and I just be in that world. And I guess it's similar to what Jasmine was saying about giving yourself to the music. You have practiced, you've done all the work, and now it's about sharing it, sharing that emotion, sharing that joy of that piece. You hear it in your head and you're playing it and you're creating this picture for people, these emotions that you're evoking. What a privilege it is. And you just give yourself to it. For me, that works. So I let my nerves be the fuel for giving a really good performance. Another thing that I think is useful is exposing yourself to what you're afraid of. So I'm just going to use a non-performance example. I'm terrified of spiders. Always been scared of them since I was little. Even like a little diddy one like that. Terrified, scream the place down, can't sleep in that room. And what I do now is that I pause that fear when I see a spider. I get my little spider catcher, I capture the spider, even the big ones like that, even much bigger ones. They seem like the size of hands, but they're not, they're small. I capture them, I take them outside, I come home, I come back indoors, and then I just think, wow, I was really scared about that. That was terrifying. So when I think about my nerves in a similar context, I think that, so I'm scared of performing, or I think that I'm scared of performing, I'm going to play to people. So when I've got a close friend that comes over, I'll just say, do you mind if I just play this piece? And they're like, yeah, of course. And actually what they want is for me to do well. They're not looking for me to do badly. They're supporting me. I play for them. And they'll say, your breathing was a bit noisy, or you made a couple of mistakes, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you. And as a student, I think it's all right for me to make mistakes. The stakes aren't high enough for me playing to a friend. And then I play to more people and more and more and more. And that exposure to that environment of performing sometimes can help lower that fear. So that's what I do. I did the same with singing. I'm not a great singer, but I wanted to sing in front of people. So I booked 3 open night mics in the first week. And the first time I did it, I was back and forth to the toilet, really scared, really nervous, thought I was going to fall over if I stood up. So I sat down. And then by the end of that week, I was feeling less nervous. 2-3 months down the road, I was getting slots, like heading slots for open mic nights, and I was getting less nervous. In fact, I could play with the audience with my singing. I suspect the same will be the case with the flute. All I've got to do is perform in front of people more. So that actually what I noticed with the singing was that the larger the audience, the easier it was. The smaller the audience, the more intense it felt. These are just my experiences. I didn't mean to waffle on for over 8 minutes, but yeah, there you go. Sometimes I'm a talker. Maybe something that I've said might help. Maybe it might be of interest to Jasmine to hear another point of view. Ultimately, there are no rights or wrongs with how you cope with your own nerves. It's all right to have them. It's all right to deal with them in whatever way actually works with you. And it might be that performing isn't your thing. And if that is the case for you, it's all right. It doesn't matter. If it is, you can just work through it. You have so many options. Talk to people about how they've dealt with their nerves, and something that they will say hopefully will spark something in you and help you deal with performing in front of people. It's such a joy and a pleasure. And actually, Jasmine's right. Audiences are on your side. They're not against you. They're for you. They want you to do your best. They're with you. And if you do make a mistake, they'll be as sad as you are about that. But chances are they won't notice. Good luck with what you're doing. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Bye-bye.